Masse from the NDP for 2.5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Scott, you just said that you think the industry can fix this and it's in their best interest. So how do we get here in the first place?
If you mean how did this outage happen? I mean, I
yeah,
think
because if you're saying they can fix this, and so they obviously didn't plan properly or didn't work together, and you're identifying that they can do that, and then it's in their best interest. So that doesn't sound like very much oversight.
Well, no, what I said is we, and I assume, although I cannot speak for I did hear what the minister had to say, but both the department and the CRTC will insist and will require the industry to make the necessary arrangements. My comment about the industry is they do have an incentive to work together to address this kind of outage, because it could happen to anyone.
Yeah, and so we've set up a system then that failed itself. And this is what we have to do as a committee, is to figure out our legislative role with, basically how we've set up a system that's heavily regulated, has very little competition, and on top of that, as an essential service for Canadians, including 911. And we've set up a system right now, and I want to make sure I get this correct, where we are going to rely on the industry to fix that problem.
Sure, for our part, that there are measures put in place to address this kind of situation.
And if this fails, what should be the difference in terms of your recommendation right now at the moment if we go through this again and it's not successful, similar to what Rogers had another problem? Do you have any recommendations about how we should change any of the responsibility and culpability of this? Because right now, it's basically Rogers can say that it's their fault, but at the end of the day, we provide them access and rights to do business with public interest right now. So what should change in the future for that front if we find ourselves here again today, if they can find the solution you think they can?
Is on having the commission deal with the industry to put in place the necessary measures. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't predict the future, and I won't predict failure. I hope to ensure the opposite, that the necessary measures are put in to make sure that the networks are more robust. I would also just add, you've said a couple of times now the 911 network failed. It did not. The 911 network always worked. Rogers lost complete connectivity. So
okay, that's a technical argument here. If you're calling 911,
I'm not arguing,
at the end of the day, if you're calling 911, your phone, it doesn't get through. People just don't care about their phone that didn't get through. That's what it is at the end of the day.
I agree.
You can say that it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the call didn't get to where it needed to go for an emergency call. That's all that people matter and care about right now.
I agree, sir, very much. My point simply was you just characterized it as the 911 network failing, which was not the case.
Well, you can argue on a technical spot, but the bottom line is that people just really care about their call getting through and consistency there.
You are right.
And that's the...
And thank you so much.